Okay, people, I'm back. Now we're in the Nichols section. This is the corner of Anderson Road and Nichols Road. And this is the area where they've already started to remine. That's a closed stack. That's the Nichols plant. Back over that way. Gotta be careful because they'll get me for trespassing through here whether I'm on their freaking property or not. There's the old plant. What do you think about this landscaping? Hoist North America. I don't know what that is, but we'll see one day. No authorized vehicles beyond this point. This is the kind of crap they leave laying around for us to deal with, all the radioactive crap that they leave laying around for us to deal with, and when they're done with us, and our county has to pay for this. So the county doesn't pay for it and they just leave it with us. Spot back there where I can see the new well stack from here, so I'm going to turn around and try and find that spot. I can't guarantee it, but this is the Alafau River. That's where they dump every day into the Alafau River. And you'll see the homes through here. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to show you what. That's the Mosaic training facility right there. They keep it hidden. Okay, but we're going to turn around because this just takes us right back out to Highway 640. But I want to go the other way and I want to show you. Anyways, there was over 80 phosphate mines in this area before the 1900s. A lot of people don't know it, but the Oak Ridge housing community that's suing was once a dump, and before that it was the Lakeland phosphate mine. It was the first phosphate mine in Polk County. A lot of people think Mulberry had the first phosphate mines, or they think the first phosphate mines were in Polk County, but they weren't. They were actually in Bradford and Union counties, and those counties up there. And in those counties they have a cancer cluster now. One of the largest spots in the US for cancer. Gotta roll my windows up for now. But anyways, yeah, the first phosphate mine in Polk County was the Lakeland phosphate mine, located right there on Ariana, close to the west side. And why those people on the west side, which is another project I'm going to try to pull up. We're going to go around and try to get do some health surveys for that area, for the west side of Lakeland, because a lot of people get infections. They call them, a lot of people, they say it's MRSA or staph. But I know from experience, because I've taken a few people to the hospital, it's actually a water and soil contamination infection. Hi Tim, how are you? It's actually a water contamination or soil contamination infection, and it takes a whole different type of medication or antibiotic than staph does. And it's caused, you know, from the water being contaminated from the phosphate mining. And a lot of people don't know that. So eventually we're going to get some health surveys and take them to the west side and, you know, do surveys on people who have lived there, you know, their whole life as well as a short time what type of issues they have. But I want to show you guys this. This is the town of Nichols. This used to be one of the biggest phosphate mining towns in Polk County. They built their mine in 1919. Okay, that's the post office, and that is Nichols. That's all there is. That's what's left. These people that live here are old, retired people, mostly. Well, actually, they're all black in this area here. And they all have health issues, cancer, heart disease, things like that. But this is the whole town of Nichols right here. That used to be a store and a gas station there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go down here. We're going to go down here, and I'm going to show you guys the Bartow Stack, but it'll be a few minutes because I got to go to Bonnie Mine Road. This is 676 right here. Hey Tim, how you doing? I'm taking everybody on a little tour. Where I live. Here's again is part of the Alafai River. That's where the mines dump. I got to show you guys this. I'm gonna show you guys this. Let me show you this water. Hold on a minute. Can't miss this. Of course, I'll have to pull over. Hold on 1 second. I think I'm close enough. Let me park right over here. I don't want these trucks to run me off the freaking road because that's the way they are around here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get out this freaking car. And I'm going to show you. This is the Alafai River. It says right here, the Alafai River. This is the Alafai River. You might want to look this up on the map. We're on Highway 676. We're going to walk down here. I better turn my car off. Oh, what the heck. I'll just make a quick trip down here over the river. This goes into the tributaries and stuff. This is part of the tributaries and stuff, the Alafai River. Well, here we go, right here. I want you to see the water level and the duckweed. And Mosaic says the river is not affected because they dilute it. They dilute that crap before they put it in the river. Just taking a little walk down here. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but I'm going to try to get you the best view as possible. And you notice how low it is. I'm going to take you to the other side. Okay. I got to get to where I can walk and show you. Because there's broken beer bottles and a whole bit around here. A lot of the miners come through here at lunchtime, drink beer, smoke dope, do whatever. Now you tell me that's not contaminated. Look at the trees in there. They're freaking dead. Look how low the river is because they're sucking the water every day. There's the old railroad track. And you can see the area. Now mind you, this is the back way into, this used to be the way, this is Highway 676. This goes into Nichols, where they are remining. the clay ponds, and the reclaimed land, supposedly the reclaimed land, to get what phosphate they can get out of it. And they're just starting. There's 250,000 acres in Polk County that they want to remine. Tell me that's not contaminated. You can't even see the bottom in there, and I don't even see any fish. I'm going to share this on my pages, Getting the Word Out Environmental Truth Coalition. I'm also going to share it on the new coalition, 4 to 67 page, which is 4 to 67 Environmentalists United Coalition, which is not specifically a Facebook group page. We do use Facebook as a tool to introduce ourselves and get some information out there. But if you're a member of that, you are a representative from your county, and you watchdog your county and report back to the rest of us. And then we give you our support and do what we can to help you take care of the issues that are environmental. But I wanted to show you guys this. Pray to God my car didn't lock, because I closed the door with the engine on. If it did, at least I got my phone to call a locksmith, right? Probably run out of gas before they get here, but either way. Okay, so that's the alpha on the north side of Mulberry. Hey Sam, how are you? Where are you at, Sam? I gotta turn on my AC. Sam, you said this is your backyard. Where do you live? Okay, so right now I'm gonna turn you guys off, and in about, I'll say 10 minutes or so. Well, Sam, if you know where I'm at, I am on 676 and fixing to be on Highway 60, and we're going to go down to Bonnie Mine Road. But before I go to Bonnie Mine Road, I want to take you through Mulberry. Oh, Panagora. Yeah, I was just there the other day. Well, actually, went through there. I went to Matt Lachey to work with some people on a Civics United. They're trying to get different civics associations together. Kind of like what we do at 4 to 67. Are you a member of 4 to 67, Sam? What about you, Tim? I think you are, aren't you, Tim? I'm not sure. But anyways, we're getting our info together. But I went down there the other day to Matt Lachey to work with some people, Carl Dygehart, who's getting a bunch of civics associations together, and they are a part of the 4 to 67 now. 4 to 67 is actually taking off pretty good. Oh, I want to show you guys this. I cannot let you forget this. We're going to go through, oh my gosh, I didn't think I was going to do all this today, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take you guys through Fuller Heights. Fuller Heights is no need to what? Hey William, how are you? Fuller Heights is a housing community that was, whoa dude, they actually sued. They're full of radium-226 and 228, fluorine, all that kind of stuff, and they sued, and they won. But this is only a couple of miles, not even a couple of miles. It's just a few miles outside of Bartow. I think it's 9 miles from Bartow, but it's still included in the Mulberry city limit. But I'll show you why they were so contaminated. You think they want to buy biofuel? Yeah, they want to make any kind of dime they can off of their contamination. Okay, you see the Purina plant right there. And that's also the CSX railway yard. This is all in Mulberry. And this pond right here, this clay pond here, was one of the main ones. There was a major contributor in the radium 226 and 228 that these people in Fuller Heights. And actually, you can find Fuller Heights on the internet. It's FULLERHEIGHTS. Okay, now, this is Fuller Heights. Not even a mile outside the actual downtown district of Mulberry. Basically what has happened was, if they have taken all of these contaminated areas that are mostly contaminated, and they've turned them into either housing projects for low income, or schools, daycares, parks, anything governmental that they can make out of it. I'm going to take this is the community that actually sued, and what they did was they sued and gave them just enough money to build a house, but they didn't give them enough to build a house in a different area. So a lot of these people built homes there. This is one of the parks they built, and no children ever play there. You never see children there. And it's kind of ironic that they built the new water facility right here in the area of Fuller Heights. This is the Polk County Utilities Southwest Wastewater Treatment Facility. Regional Supervisor Todd Potter, and this is 2000 4th Street, right here in Fuller Heights. Arnez Drive, 4th Street. This is in Mulberry. So if you want to Google it, you can Google it, and you'll see on Google Earth exactly where this facility is compared to Fuller Heights, which is the same community that sued, just like Oak Ridge is doing now, except Oak Ridge has a lot more people and a lot more illness. Oak Ridge has a radiation level of 25 times or higher, the recommended EPA level. In other words, when you come to Mulberry, you live here your whole lifetime before you get cancer. When you move to Oak Ridge, you get cancer within 2-3 years, and it always ends in death, just about. And a lot of people have died because of that, but they didn't know it was because of the radiation levels and everything else that was there in the soil, not just in the water. I spoke with Jeff Giroux. I speak with him on occasion, and I'm sure he doesn't mind me letting you guys know that that when they built the homes there in Oak Ridge, those homes were built in areas where they put telephone poles, over 130 something telephone poles under each house, just to hold the houses up in the ground and kept them from sinking. The plumbing in those homes was done in the attics because they knew the ground, the radiation levels and stuff like that, and uranium waste and stuff like that, would deteriorate the plumbing pipes. And that's how they did those people. Now, this is 1st Street here in Fuller Heights. And there's the Purina factory and the CSX railroad. And you can actually see trains coming from Mosaic fertilizer facility go directly to the Purina plant, which is so illegal, it's ridiculous. All right, so in a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and hang up now, but give me 5 minutes, if that, and I'm going to take you to some clay ponds that are used for water reclamation in Mulberry. And I'll take you on the little route that they go on. What is this guy turning around for? Yeah, sometimes you got to be paranoid in Mulberry. But anyways, there used to be a road that went all the way through right there, but they've cut that off. They don't want people going through their stuff. Later on today, I want to take you to Highway 60, or not Highway 60, but Highway 640 and Highway 37 right there by the New Wells intersection, and we're going to count the trucks that go through within 10 minutes. But yeah, this is the places that we do on the Toxic Tour. Besides the flyover, we do a flyover as well of the 4 counties in Bone Valley or whatever. You can see, most of you probably never even heard of Mulberry or been to Mulberry, but Mulberry is the phosphate capital of the world. And we did, Molly Bowen came through with Garrett Stewart from the EEP, and we did a Geiger counter reading in the city of Mulberry, and the Mulberry Phosphate Museum, which is right there at the main intersection, right there at the Chamber of Commerce and the Cultural Center and the McDonald's, you know, because that's big time for us, was over 400. Same thing in my front yard, and I live 4 miles south. Yes, Bo, the dog food people. That's why my dogs don't eat Purina and they don't drink Mulberry water. I give my dogs bottled water, actually. Okay, we're going to go this way right here. I want to show you guys. We're in Mulberry city limits right now. That's our new health department, which they built out here on this contaminated land because it was cheap. We're going to go right down here, and we'll shake you the back way to the clay ponds. Now pay attention to what we're passing through. I showed you the health department. Now here's the housing, low-income housing, and that's the Prairie Road. That goes into, you know, the industrial section I just showed you guys. Okay, we're going to turn right here. More government housing. And we're going to go right down here to what they call Frog Holler. Now, Frog Holler is a clay pond that is in the center of Mulberry. See, you can see the type of housing they have here. And this is actually the good housing on this side. Frog Holler is one of the clay ponds that even people who do fish in phosphate pits and things like that will not, under any circumstances, eat fish out of this clay pond. But I'm going to park right over here. Oh, I see they've cleaned a lot of it up. That's Frog Holler, but I'm going to have to get out and show it to you. Now, where we are, if you want to look this up on Google Earth, we're on the corner of Northwest 8th Street and Northwest 8th. And you'll see Frog Holler. The reason I'm showing you Frog Holler is because Frog Holler is actually drained through a small canal. And then, oops, that'd be me. And then the small canal goes into another clay pond. And then that clay pond goes to the water treatment facility. And the water treatment facility also sits right on the North Fork part of... Found out they had collagen in their water. And since then, the city of Mulberry has been redoing their pipes and stuff. But I want to show you something. And this goes into that clay pond, which the city of Mulberry does use for their water reclamation in their city water. It goes in from here, then it goes under the road in a little canal type deal thing, then goes to a pond that is on the other side of Highway 60, a clay pond, and then it goes under the railroad through piping systems, and then it goes to the water treatment facility. And these people don't even know. A few months ago we had or a few weeks ago, we had a pipe bust in Mulberry, so to speak. Had sewage all over the streets. They say it busted. If you ask me, it was an emergency release on behalf of the city, and they just didn't want to tell anybody because they didn't pull permits for it. But either way, Mitch Allen of We Can, he has come down here and explained a lot of this to me. There's so much to know about the piping and water treatment facility and stuff like that, and he's been in it 30 years and he knows quite a bit. Billy, I'll call you when I get a chance. Right now I'm doing a toxic tour. We've got a clay settling pond and slurry issue that we're got to handle tomorrow at the Hillsboro BOCC. For those of you that are watching, I hope you can do your best to attend. That's frog holler right there. What that is they're transporting clay slurry from Hardy to Hillsboro, and they want to do it in the pipelines, and we're all going to be there to try to stop it. Taking you to the other side, I'm going to show you guys how close this is in Mulberry. Okay, now you see here, oh, that was me crashing over a speed bump. But you see here, all of this is new. Now, a few weeks ago we came through here and we did a video, or I did. We did a video of this area when they were draining it. And none of this was here, this was all mud. But since we did the video, the city of Mulberry has taken their little monies and they have made a pretty park out of this. And you can see how many people are actually here. Nobody fishes here. Nobody does nothing. Not even on the weekends. But I wanted to show you where this... Damn, that was quite a bump, wasn't it? That's what I get for trying to do this and not try. The bump was new too. Okay. But anyways, here we go. I'm going to show you guys this right here. They're doing their best to make it pretty, but you can't. Pretty doesn't take away the contamination or the radioactivity that's in this water. And granted, this goes into the aliphi. I'm going to cross the street. Hold on a second. Even this is new right here, this new little sidewalk type deal thing. Going to the other side over here. Hey cat, how are you? But there you go. It goes from that clay pond I told you nobody eats fish out of. It goes right here. It'll go through this. Oh, look at the little gator. See the little alligator? There it is right there. About a 3-footer, 4-footer. About a 3-footer. He was adorable. He's probably going to the other side or underneath the road. But either way, they this water goes underneath the Highway 60 to the clay settling pond there, and then underneath the railroad to the water treatment facility and the Aliphi River. They drain this a couple of times a year. There's that speed bump I went over. Huge. Okay, and right now I'm going to take you through Mulberry. But before I do that, and I'm only going to do that to show you how, you know, how this is as far as the homes and stuff. This is the city of Mulberry. This is reclaimed land, or reclamation ponds. This is clay settling ponds. This is what we deal with here in Mulberry, and that's the only reason I'm going to show you that part of it. And then I'm going to cut you guys off, and I'm going to come back in a few minutes, and we're going to go to Bonnie Mine Road. I wanted to go through there anyways because they're building something there, and I think they're getting ready for, I think it's a pipeline company. I'm not going to swear to it, but they're getting ready to put the pipe in Now, mind you, they have pipelines for all kinds of stuff around here. Clay slurry, ammonia lines, all kinds of stuff. So, it's not just phosphate. It's all kind of other crap that goes along with it. And I'm actually going to go the back way through Mulberry. Hope I don't hit another speed bump. Hey, Margie, how are you? Go over here to this clay settling pond they got going on. Yeah, this is Mulberry. They just park in the middle of the freaking road and don't care. That little river I just showed you, or little canal I just showed you, runs right there behind those trees and stuff on that area over there. I would take you guys through there, but right now I just want to get this part out there. We have issues coming up. They want to do some mining in Zephyr Hills. We need to stop that. How you doing? We need to address the issues that are going on in Hillsboro right now with the clay slurry and the pipelines there. Right now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to show you this clay pond. Mind you, this pond's been here my whole life, and I'm 51 years old, and it's been here way before then. You can see people actually built their freaking apartments on it, make it look like it's got a lakefront view or something. I don't know what's going on with that. But okay, now, the pond that I showed you, Frog Holler, that I just showed you a few minutes ago, and the canal that I showed you of the water, it comes underground right over there, comes into here. And over there you'll see the things where they have up against the pipelines or whatever. But this is a clay settling pond that's been here forever, that the water flows into. And right over there is our one of our water treatment facilities. I showed you the other one at Floor Heights a few minutes ago. That sits right on the Alafai River. And I'm going to show you guys that in a second. I'm going to go show you the Alafai River where we're finding dead deer in Mulberry. It actually stinks out here in Mulberry city limits because they have nowhere else to go, because they're building the Bartow stack on one side and the new well stack on the other, including the tailings piles. Where we're at right now is Diesel Road and Prairie Mine Road at the next signal. We are in Mulberry city limits on Southwest 5th Avenue and West Canal Street. If anybody wants to Google that information, go ahead and check it out. If you Google Earth, Mulberry, and then zoomed out a little bit and saw where the dip stacks were, you would freak out because of the location of how close these homes are to it. We have the Bartow Mosaic facility on one side, New Wells on the other, Hooker's Prairie on another. But right now we're going to go through Mulberry, and I'm going to show you guys the stacks that they've been doing for 10-15 years and the stacks they're adding on to. And then it leads into the Bartow stack where they're bringing in phosphate gypsum from other counties and leaving it here for us to deal with in Polk County. So, okay, so if you guys want to get the gist of where we're at, Molly Bowen and Garrett Stewart, Mitch Allen, and Candy Lawless that came up here a few weeks ago and did some radiation readings with a Geiger counter. And those radiation readings that they did were right over here. This is the corner of Highway 37 and Highway 60 in Mulberry. Right there is where they did the radiation readings that came out to over 400. That's the Mulberry Phosphate Museum. And right in front of us is the Alafai River. The North Fork Prong, I'm going to show you right now, because we're going to do a Yui. Right here is our water treatment facility behind those bushes right there. My kids' school was less than half a mile down that road right there. Right here, this area is where we're finding the dead deer when they're coming out looking for new feeding grounds. But I got to do a UE right here. Well, I'm going to go up here to this road and do a UE. I know this can be pretty boring for some of you, but a lot of you who are working on... Dude, you need to slow your roll. I'm a car with brake lights. That means stop. I'm talking to a Mosaic transporter right now. They have so many freaking accidents down here. It's ridiculous. There you go. Pay attention to what's going on, buddy. I'm driving to do a better job than they do. They have no consideration for the people on these roads whatsoever. Okay, so this is the Alafai River, the North Fork. In fact, I'm fixing to get right here, and I'm going to stop right in the middle of the freaking road, and I'm going to show it to you. If you guys want to look this up. North Fork, Alafai River. 160228. And this is actually the part that flows into that nasty part I showed you out there in Nichols a few minutes ago. Mulberry city limits. I'm going to take you the back way behind the Mulberry Phosphate Museum. I want to show you guys the water treatment facility and one of the little... retention pond. I know I'm breezing through this, guys, but I'm just trying to get you the gist of what we're dealing with right here. There's another water treatment facility right there, and that's next door to the let me pull over. It's right next door to the Mulberry Phosphate Museum, where they have the radiation levels of over 400. And this is the back side of Mulberry. This is they used to call it the black quarters, but it's where the black people live and the lower income people. I'm going to show you also where the gyp stack is in the backyard of the school. You won't be able to see it, but I'll show you the stack. There's a catfish right there. This is the parts of Mulberry they don't let you see. There's actually two catfish right there. That looks like the sucker-tailed catfish, you know, the kind that you have in your fish tanks that eat the algae and stuff. Highway 60 is right in front of us. Notice. Sorry, I had a phone call. But anyways, right now I'm going to take you guys down here to the school, and I'm going to show you the proximity of the gyp stack that they've just added on to the middle school, which is Mulberry Middle School, junior high type deal thing. Okay, this is the lower income section of Mulberry. Not a lot of high income in Mulberry, put it that way, but this is the black section. I hate to discriminate, because I'm not discriminating, but this is what they call the black section, because it's all old timers that have lived here for pretty much their whole lives. See the houses for sale. Okay, directly in front of us is another housing project, low income. You see all the houses that are for sale through here. There's the Mulberry Middle School. This is Southeast Dr. Martin Luther King Avenue. Okay, so here we have low income housing, Mulberry Middle School, And at the end of that road there is a tree line. On the other side of that tree line is a gyp stack. Maybe 400 or 500 yards from the middle school right here. But I'm going to fix it to take y'all down Highway 60 and show you. I'm going to show you that where the middle school is compared to these gyp stacks. Hey Jonah, how are you? Dennis, how are you? Now this is part of our toxic tour that we do. It starts with a flyover. Andy Maley handles that part. We do the 4 counties of Bone Valley. We've done a few political representatives. We did Karen Cossey. We gave her a toxic tour from Union County, and that woman is amazing. She has taken this information that she saw firsthand, and her county commissioners up there are fighting phosphate mining, and they're fighting hard. And kudos to her. Those people are amazing up there. They've been holding off for quite a while. Okay, so we just left the main road where the middle school was, and now we're on Highway 60, and there's the gyp stacks. Hey Molly, how are you? We're doing a little drive around today, a little toxic tour. Right now we just left the middle school and we're on the way to the Bartow stacks. I'm showing these people the stack. There's the stack right there that's in the backyard of the middle school. They added on to these stacks a few months ago. And right now we're going to see the Bartow stack. We like to keep updates on the height and stuff like that of the Bartow stack, because legally they can be 200 feet or higher. Anything over 200 feet they're supposed to pull a permit for. I know at one point it was over 200 feet and they hadn't pulled a permit for it, but you can see part of it right now, right there. That's the Bartow stack right there. But they're not telling you how many acres these things are. These things are hundreds of acres. Hundreds. But before we go down Bonnie Mine Road and see the stack, I want to take you down here and show you the Mosaic facility. And, hey Molly, are we going to protest tomorrow at Hillsboro? I think I want to protest. If they're not going to let us speak, then we should at least protest. Be there early in the morning with some signs before we go in, you know. That's my opinion, but you know I'm a protest fiend. I like to get the word out there. Right now we're taking a ride. Now you guys should share this with your water groups, because a lot of the water group people have not seen this area firsthand. You know, they've seen pictures and stuff, but whoo, I smell it right now. Molly, remember how you get the headache when you come down here? I just got a mouthful of phosphate. It was gross. Okay. God, I hate the smell of this place. I get a headache instantly too, and I freaking live here. Now keep in mind that Mosaic sold some of their property to the Cedar Trail landfill, which is a landfill where they're bringing trash in from other counties as well, like from Hillsboro, Orlando. Oh look, there's a Dillon truck turning into Mosaic. They like to haul wet rock at night. You know, their profit was a few billion. There's a stack over there. A few billion last year, just Dillon's profit for transport for Mosaic. But I'm going to turn around. I'm going to go down here. I wanted to show you the Cedar Hill landfill because it was so close to the Mosaic facility. Now they're taking other people's trash there and they're just building that up, and that's contaminating our water as well. So we're going to scoot down here. There's part of the Mosaic facility, which I will show you when I come back. I'll stop and show you guys. But this is Highway 60 in between Mulberry. Molly, you know, as soon as I get that settlement girl, I am moving. Moving. But what about the other 4,000 people in this area? You know? Okay, there's the stack. I'm going to pull over in a little while and show you guys. But right now we're going down here to the Cedar Hill landfill or whatever. Cedar Trail or whatever it is. Yeah, that's just part of the stack. But I'm going to pull over here in the DOT or whatever. When I turn around, I'm going to show you guys that. If I can get a good view. They also have the Department of Transportation there. And there's the Cedar Trail landfill back there with all this contamination. I want you to see that building in the background. That's Bartow. That's Bartow County Seat Courthouse right there. And they have allowed this stack to be in their front yard for crying out loud. Thanks, Adam Putnam. Appreciate you. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you. Okay, this is the Cedar Trail landfill. And that old building was a phosphate mining building, part of Grace, IMC, or whatever it was, and Cargill, put it that way. I'm turning around right now so I can go show you guys the stack. I'm going to pull over at Mosaic. They like to get their security on you whenever you pull over, but they'll be all right. Okay, I wonder where that truck's coming from. Probably Orlando. Orlando and Tampa like to bring their trash to us and store it because we're a waste dump. Okay, I'm pulling over right now. Okay, now you guys keep in mind, this is just one side of the stack. It's not the acreage that it covers. The acreage for this stack goes from Highway 60 almost to Highway 640, which is, you know, what they both run east to west or whatever, and it's on the north and south. There's not a meeting. Well, the meeting for tomorrow is on Kennedy at the Hillsborough BOCC, Board of County Commissioners building. But you can see the enormity. See, right up there is heavy equipment. You can see it in comparison to the size of the stack. But I'm fixing to take you to Bonnie Mine Road, which shows you a better view of the stack. Plus, they got new construction going on over there, Molly, and I want to check that out. Remember the place we stop at most of the time for on our tour. Well, now they got a new business set up right there, and I want to see what that's for. I want to see if it's a pipeline business. You can see the stack. See how close we are in between Mulberry and Bartow to the homes of these people. This is something a lot of people don't pay attention to. They pay attention to Mosaic and the sinkhole and the water contamination, but they're storing radioactive waste in our county. And what sucks is a lot of people say, oh, well, it's okay because all the soil in Florida has uranium in it. Well, yes, it does. And there is to be expected a normal level of uranium in Florida soil. But what is not natural is when you dig that stuff up and expose it to the air, the radioactivity level gets higher and higher because it has been exposed to the air. And the longer it's exposed to the air, the higher the level gets. That's where it becomes dangerous. So they dig up this stuff. It's already radioactive. The levels raise higher. They mix it with all this stuff, and they're not supposed to. They mix it with all this stuff like sulfuric acid wash and stuff like that, and which most of these stacks were created with that anyways before they were fined $2 billion or whatever. But they were mixing it with sulfuric acid wash and anything else that washed up at the plant and the facilities, and they would put it together with trash, such as tree limbs or telephone poles or whatever they could get. And they combined this stuff. And when they combined it, they made a thick mixture of slurry, and they bring it to these stacks. And That's what causes the leaks and the sinkholes and things like that in the stacks, because they have everything else in that gypsum, you know, that they could pack in there. It doesn't necessarily just mean it's gypsum. It could be anything, any trash that they had. And then they start leaking. And when they start leaking, I mean, a lot of you people have the understanding that these gypsum stacks have this big, thick rubber liner underneath the whole section of it, and they don't. Most of these stacks have one pipeline going through with a rubber cover over it. They do go out to a certain amount of feet or whatever, but eventually the acids and stuff like that inside the stacks actually deteriorate whatever liner they do have. And these liners have like a rubber covering over the pipeline with some holes in it, and then whatever leaks out goes into those pipes, but it doesn't all happen that way. And then this acidic wastewater eventually goes down through the limestone, because limestone's soft anyways, and this natural springs underneath the surface of the soil move in all directions at a very high rate of speed. And this phosphogypsum and the acidic waste that comes from these stacks contaminate that. And when they contaminate that, that's when it starts creating the sinkholes and things like that, because it starts leaking down. Molly, this is the new company they're building here. I don't know what it is. I want you to research it. Okay, this is the west side of the Bartow stack. This is our spot where we always stop, Molly. I don't know what they got going on here. I don't know what this is. I'm thinking they're getting ready to put pipelines in. I'm about ready to just go ask them. It's called, if you want to Google it, Molly, it's SWINERTON, Renewable Energy. Oh, well, get that. Okay, and of course you can see the stack there. Alright, people, that's pretty much what we're going to do today. I'm going to take you down Bonnie Mine Road here and show you how close this is to my house. I'm going to show you a spot that I know has had 10,000 tons of uranium waste put in a hole that was dug in the woods. Okay, Molly, I'm getting you a closer view of the signs right here. This is at 2200 Bonnie Mine Road. Swinerton deliveries here. Bonnie Mine Solar, 2200 Bonnie Mine Road. They're hiring through East Ridge Renewable Energies. This is all new, Molly. Looks to me like Duke Energy and Mosaic is fixing to get in or in bed together again. A lot of you people don't know that TECO buys, I think, a third or 2/3 of their power that they sell to us from the Mosaic facility at New Wells that produce, you know, because they produce their own electricity. So whenever they got all this extra electricity, they just sell it to TECO, and then TECO sells it to us, and we get mine for it. So either way, or billed for it. So either way, our money's going into Mosaic property somehow, some way. Molly, did you get that info? Okay, now this is pretty much new. We came through here last year, and this company here was painting their signs because they knew we were coming through for one of our tours. But now you see, a lot of you people have questions about, this is where some kids I know that were killed, right here. A lot of you people ask about the phosphate rock and where it goes. You see that, Molly? This is all new from when we went through here. They've already separated the rock and got different kinds and all kinds of stuff. All right, you got it? We're going to go up here and get the name of it again, Molly. I don't mean to keep pointing Molly out, but Molly's been on this tour. She knows what's up around here. If you people would share this to your pages. We're doing a little toxic tour today. Okay, Molly, get your pen ready. Yeah, this is all new. This is new. Conrad Yelvington, Yelvington, Distributors, Inc., an Oldcastle Materials Company, your one-stop aggregate source. 2401 Bonnie Mine Road, Terminal 661. Phone number 863-534-9358. That's a Bartow phone number. And of course, there you see is Mosaic property. No trespassing, Mosaic. There's the backside of a stack. Also, we got Mineral Development Fertilizer. 2501 Bonnie Mine Road, 863-583-5801, Florida number F002438. MDF, Mineral Development Fertilizer. You got it, Mulberry? Or Molly? Yeah, Conrad Distribution Inc., 2401. Yes, Bonnie, B-O-N-N-I-E, Bonnie Mine Road. This next one is MDF, Mineral Development Fertilizer. 2501, what their mailbox says 2511. 2501 Bonnie Mine Road. This actually used to be one of the old phosphate mining plants. Okay, and there is part of the stack. Now I want to show you guys something. I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to take you guys to it used to be called the Royster Phosphate Mine, but what it is now is the Mosaic. It's Mosaic Environmental Monitoring Facility Reverse Osmosis Center. Yeah, that's it. It's mineral, M-I-N-E-R-A. Yeah, M-I-N-E-R-A-L, mineral. But we're gonna go down here to Royster. I don't think I took you guys down here, Molly, but I wanted to, but you know, Randy was in a hurry. But right down here is is called the Mosaic Environmental Monitoring Facility Reverse Osmosis Center. This is where they're taking the water in from the aliphi that they recycled so much, it's so radioactive they can't use it, or they can't distribute, they can't dump it into the river or anywhere else, and it actually can't even be used anymore, so it's so radioactive, so they bring it down here and they run it through reverse osmosis. Yes, mineral mines. They run it through reverse osmosis, and then they dump it into the aliphi, or they reuse it, etc., etc., etc. Trucks are in and out of this place. I'm fixing to show you 24/7. Now this is Transphos. Transphos is the main transportation company used for Mosaic. Most of the trucks from Wingate and all of that come from right here. They made billions last year. Billions with a B. Okay. And we're going to come down here. I'll show you one of their monitoring wells. Oh, the Tico truck's down here. Yeehaw. I'm going to show you a monitoring well that they use. Okay. Let's see. That's the back way into one of the mines, but there's a monitoring well there. And there we go, right there. Right there. One of their monitoring wells. And I'm sure they use it a lot because right here, behind those woods, Mosaic dumped 10,000 tons of uranium waste in a hole they dug and did not tell anybody about it except for the guys that were dumping it there. I know this because one of the guys that dumped it there told me about it. He used to work there. All right, now we're going to take you down here to the monitoring facility and the back side of the Bartow stack. Okay, now this is the part where I want you guys to start sharing this real quick while we have time before we get there, because I want people, all those people who are interested in what goes on with the Alafai River. Sorry guys, an interruption for your phone call. Okay, but anyways, right, I'm on Highway 640, by the way. I'm on the east side of Highway 37, old and new. This is part of the Bartow stack. They're capping off. You know it's capped off when it's got grass growing on it, but they will add to it real quick and then plant grass seed again. But right now I'm taking you to what used to be the old Royster mine. And this right here is the Mosaic. Hold on, let me pull over so you guys can get this. It is the Mosaic Environmental Monitoring Facility and Reverse Osmosis Center. Right there. This is where they bring trucks all day long with tanks full of water that are headed for the Alafai. I gotta turn the car around. You can literally smell the phosphate here. And that's the back side of the Bartow stack. Just the small sections of it. Okay, y'all. I gotta get home, see if my mom's up yet, and post this so it'll be out there for you guys to see. All right. Thanks for your help, Molly.